Welcome back to Wonders of the Unknown. In today's episode, we're diving into the perplexing tale of Juan, a fisherman who vanished for 6 months after encountering a mysterious object in the sea. What happened during his disappearance, and could it hold the key to understanding time itself? Stay tuned to find out. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode exploring the mysteries of our world. Juan, an experienced fisherman in a small coastal village, woke up early as usual to prepare his boat and equipment for the day's work. The sun was just beginning to rise, casting a warm golden light on the sleepy village as he set out to sea. The salty breeze filled his lungs, and he felt alive and invigorated, ready to tackle another day of fishing. As Juan sailed further from the shore, he noticed that the sea was unusually calm. The water was like a sheet of glass, reflecting the sky above in a mesmerizing dance of blues and greens. It was a perfect day to be out on the water, and Juan couldn't help but feel grateful for the simple pleasures of his life. But as he continued his journey, something extraordinary caught his eye. Hovering just above the waves was a strange object, unlike anything he had ever seen before. It was metallic and appeared to be defying gravity, floating effortlessly in the air. Juan stared in disbelief, unable to comprehend what he was witnessing. Suddenly, the object began to move, descending seamlessly into the water without causing so much as a ripple. Juan's mind raced, trying to rationalize the impossible sight before him. No vehicle or vessel he knew of could do such a thing. The fisherman's curiosity was piqued, and he decided to investigate further. He steered his boat towards the spot where the strange object had disappeared beneath the waves, his heart pounding with anticipation. As he approached, he scanned the surface for any sign of the mysterious object or the disturbance it must have caused. But when he arrived, he found nothing but undisturbed water. The sea remained as calm as ever, as if the strange encounter had never occurred. Juan felt a peculiar sensation wash over him, a strange mixture of fear and wonder. He couldn't shake the feeling that he had just witnessed something extraordinary, something beyond the realm of human understanding. But with no evidence to support his experience, he decided it was best to return to his village and share the bizarre encounter with his loved ones. As he sailed back to the shore, Juan's thoughts were consumed by the strange object he had seen. He replayed the encounter in his mind, trying to make sense of what had happened. But the mystery only deepened, and he found himself yearning for answers. Little did Juan know, as he approached the familiar coastline of his village, that his life was about to take an even more perplexing turn. As Juan's boat neared the shoreline, he noticed that something seemed off. The village, which should have been bustling with activity, was eerily quiet. A sense of unease washed over him, and he quickened his pace, desperate to reach the shore and discover what was amiss. As he stepped off his boat and onto the sandy beach, he was greeted by a sight he could never have anticipated. His friends and family were running towards him, their faces a mixture of shock, joy, and relief. They embraced him tightly, tears streaming down their faces as they sobbed uncontrollably. Confused and overwhelmed, Juan tried to piece together what was happening. His loved ones told him the truth. He had been missing for 6 months, presumed dead by the entire village. They had searched tirelessly for him, scouring the coast and the surrounding sea, but had found no trace of him or his boat. For Juan, it felt like mere moments had passed since he had witnessed the strange object in the water. The revelation that he had been gone for 6 months was incomprehensible to him, and he struggled to process the information. How could this be possible? Was it somehow connected to the mysterious object he had seen? The villagers celebrated Juan's miraculous return with a feast, sharing stories of his disappearance and expressing their relief that he was alive and well. But as they reveled in his return, Juan couldn't shake the sense that something wasn't right. He knew that he needed to find answers, not only for himself but for the loved ones who had mourned his absence. As the days passed, Juan became more and more consumed by the mystery that had come to define his life. He spent hours in the local library, researching strange phenomena and unexplained events in the hope of finding something that could explain his lost time and the strange object he had seen. But as he delved deeper into the unknown, he realized that the answers he sought might not be so easy to find. The world was full of mysteries, many of which had never been solved. And while the truth about his own experience remained elusive, Juan was more determined than ever to uncover the secrets that the world was hiding. Little did he know that his search for answers would lead him on an even more extraordinary journey, one that would challenge everything he thought he knew about the world and his place in it. One day, while going through old newspapers at the library, Juan stumbled upon a small article detailing a similar occurrence from years ago. A local fisherman had vanished without a trace, only to reappear months later with no memory of what had happened. Intrigued by the similarities between this story and his own experience, Juan decided to track down the fisherman and see if he could shed any light on the mysterious phenomenon. After some investigation, Juan managed to locate the now elderly fisherman, who lived alone in a small cottage on the outskirts of the village. The old man, named Eduardo, was initially hesitant to speak about his experience, but after hearing Juan's story, he finally agreed to share his own. Eduardo recounted his tale, describing how he too had seen a strange object hovering above the water before it disappeared beneath the surface. He had approached the spot where the object had vanished, only to be overcome by a sudden wave of dizziness and disorientation. When he had come to his senses, he found himself back on the shore, months later, with no recollection of what had happened in the interim. As Juan listened to Eduardo's story, he couldn't help but feel a sense of validation. He wasn't alone in his experience, and the similarities between their stories seemed to suggest that there was a connection between the strange objects they had witnessed and the time dilation they had both experienced. Determined to find answers, Juan and Eduardo began to work together, pooling their resources and knowledge to investigate the phenomenon. They searched for any information they could find on similar occurrences, reaching out to experts in the fields of science and the paranormal for assistance. As they delved deeper into the mystery, they began to uncover a pattern. It seemed that there were numerous cases throughout history of people who had encountered strange objects and subsequently experienced unexplained time dilation. The connections between these incidents seemed too significant to be mere coincidence, and Juan and Eduardo became increasingly convinced that they were on the brink of a monumental discovery. But as they pieced together the puzzle, they couldn't help but feel that they were being watched. It seemed that their investigation had attracted the attention of someone, or something, that didn't want the truth to be revealed. And as the stakes grew higher, Juan and Eduardo realized that they were not only searching for answers but also fighting against an unseen force that was determined to keep the truth hidden at all costs. As Juan and Eduardo dug deeper, they began to uncover unsettling evidence of a potential cover-up. It appeared that certain organizations and government agencies had known about the mysterious objects and time dilation incidents for decades, if not longer. The more they investigated, the more they found references to classified documents and clandestine operations designed to keep the truth hidden from the public eye. Realizing the potential danger they faced by pursuing the truth, Juan and Eduardo became even more determined to expose the secret. They knew that they were risking their lives, but they believed that the world had a right to know the truth about these unexplained phenomena. They managed to track down several former government officials and military personnel who were willing to share their knowledge. These whistleblowers provided Juan and Eduardo with critical information about top-secret projects aimed at understanding and possibly even exploiting the strange objects and the time dilation they caused. One former operative revealed the existence of a hidden facility, located in a remote area, where captured objects were being studied and reverse-engineered. This facility was allegedly staffed by a combination of military personnel and scientific experts, all of whom were sworn to secrecy. With this new information in hand, Juan and Eduardo hatched a daring plan. They would infiltrate the secret facility and obtain concrete proof of the cover-up, exposing the truth to the world once and for all. It was a risky proposition, but they knew that the stakes were too high to back down now. As they prepared for their daring mission, Juan and Eduardo couldn't help but wonder what they would find inside the secret facility. Would they finally uncover the truth behind the mysterious objects and the time dilation incidents? Or would their quest lead them down an even darker path, revealing secrets they could never have anticipated? On the night of their daring mission, Juan and Eduardo made their way to the remote location where the hidden facility was rumored to be. Guided by the information they had gathered, they cautiously approached the perimeter, ready for anything. Using their wits and resourcefulness, they managed to bypass the facility's security measures and slip inside undetected. The facility was a maze of dimly lit corridors, cutting-edge laboratories, and highly secure vaults containing unknown treasures and secrets. As they ventured deeper into the heart of the facility, Juan and Eduardo came across a chamber that appeared to be the central research hub. Inside, they found a large, transparent tank filled with an unidentified liquid. Suspended within the liquid was one of the strange objects they had been searching for. Surrounding the tank were computer monitors displaying data and analysis, and a control panel that seemed to be wired into the object itself. Juan and Eduardo knew that they had found what they were looking for, undeniable proof of the existence of these mysterious objects and the government's efforts to study and control them. As they documented their discovery, the facility suddenly went into lockdown. Alarms blared, and the once dimly lit corridors were now bathed in the harsh red glow of emergency lighting. They knew they had been discovered, and that they needed to make their escape before they were captured. With their hearts pounding, Juan and Eduardo retraced their steps, narrowly avoiding security personnel as they raced back towards the facility's entrance. They knew that they couldn't afford to be caught, their lives and the truth they had uncovered were at stake. As they made their way to safety, Juan and Eduardo couldn't help but wonder about the full implications of their discovery. What were the true origins of these mysterious objects? And what was their connection to the time dilation incidents? Though they had uncovered a piece of the puzzle, they knew that there were still many unanswered questions. But for now, they had the evidence they needed to expose the cover-up and bring the truth to light. As they slipped out of the hidden facility and into the darkness, Juan and Eduardo knew that their journey was far from over. They had taken the first step towards revealing the truth, but they were now entering a world of secrets and intrigue that would test their resolve and determination. What would become of their quest for the truth? And what other mysteries lay waiting for them in the shadows? The story of Juan and Eduardo's mission to uncover the truth about the mysterious objects and time dilation incidents remains shrouded in mystery. With each passing day, they find themselves drawn deeper into a tangled web of secrets, conspiracies, and hidden agendas. Will they ever fully uncover the truth? Only time will tell. And that wraps up the enigmatic story of Juan, the fisherman who disappeared for 6 months after witnessing a strange object in the sea. As always, we encourage you to share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Do you think Juan's experience can be explained by science, or is there something more supernatural at play? If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends who love unraveling mysteries. Thank you for joining us on Wonders of the Unknown, and until next time, keep seeking the truth hidden within our world.